Hey y'all, my name is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today is my 5th update for my rolling eyeshadow 10 pan, or whatever I called it. Honestly, I can never remember. I should probably make a better name. Oh well, basically this project is where I choose 10 eyeshadows to hit a goal on each of them, whether it be hit pan or a number usage or use up any of those things. Once I hit that goal, then I roll a new eyeshadow in. And if you're wondering about this interesting setup, I'm not at my normal house right now, so that's why I'm kind of just making do with what I got. I'll start with this e.l.f. palette that's filled with a bunch of Franken eyeshadows because it has the majority of the eyeshadows I'm working on in here. Before I go shade by shade, I want to show you a picture of what it looked like last month compared to what the palette looks like this month. So as you can see, I made pretty significant progress, at least in some shades. Now this first shade was rolled in last month, and I wasn't sure whether to make my long-term goal to hit pan or to finish because I couldn't tell how much product I put in there because it was a Franken. Let me just say it was real thin in the pan. I'm pretty sure I hit pan on my first use, so there's some crumbly pieces and I don't want them to fall out, so I'm just kind of like holding it weird, but I've really made significant progress. Pretty happy with that. I've used this 5 times in the past month, and I've really enjoyed the soft kind of peachy look it can complement because it's kind of faintly peachy. It's like a neutral, but yeah, that's how I can describe it. It works really well with corals and peaches as a transition. Now the next shade in this palette that I'm working on is this gold shade from the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette, otherwise known as the ABH Modern Renaissance dupe. And I used it 4 times, and I made pretty significant progress as well. My pan is a really strange shape. Like, it used to just be kind of even on the bottom, and I don't know how I got this strange, like, triangle thing, but you know, I'll take it. Visual progress is visual progress. And I found that it's a lot more lackluster than it used to be. Either my standards have been raised, or it's because it's one of the oldest palettes in my collection, and so it could just be, you know, not working as well as it used to, which is probably the case. I will still use it. I can build, it just takes a lot more to build up to a metallic look. Yeah, it's just kind of a little more blah than it was before. Now this next shade I actually have on my eyes today on kind of the outer part of my lid, and it is this Franken taupey lavender shade, and my goal was to hit side pan on, I believe, this side, and I definitely did. Yeah, I've used it 4 times in this past month, and now it's just on the top and bottom, which is pretty exciting. At least I feel pretty accomplished in doing that. I found that I wasn't super wanting to do purple looks. I mean, today I kind of was vibing with it a bit more, but I was kind of wanting more warmer looks, maybe because it's getting a lot hotter outside. If you don't know, I live in Arizona, so when I say hot, I really mean hot. Anyways, I have been enjoying this. Not as much as the other purples that I'm panning, but it's a nice shade. Yeah, I feel a little bit indifferent to it. I would like to get this out. I don't hate it, so I definitely want to finish it, but I'm not really loving it anymore. Not as much as I used to. This next shade is this kind of rosy gold shadow that is also a Franken. I used it 3 times. One of the times, it was an accident, but I mixed these 2 together because I think I wanted to dip into this. I dipped my brush in there, and then I was like, I need a little bit more product. So then I accidentally reached into this one, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I can put a picture, but I actually kind of liked that look. It was it made it a little bit more muted and brownish because it was, you know, purple mixed with like rose gold. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I might try that again. Yeah, I have not made significant progress. Basically, this entire project. It's not been super intense progress on this, but I kind of just wanted to slowly work on this. I'm not in love with the shade, so I just kind of want a little, to use it a little bit at a time, and I like the slow horse with this one for some reason. Now the next shade in this palette I also have on my eyes. I don't know if you can see, but I kind of have it as a liner around my eyes, and it is this deeper purple shade. I think my goal was to flatten it out. That did not happen, if you couldn't tell. It's very thick. The way I repressed it wasn't great. It's a lot more thin on this side and thicker on this side, so it's hard. And a lot of times I use it as a liner or just sparingly in the crease or the outer corner. So yeah, it's just slow working. And the last shade I'm working on in this palette is this Franken Green shade. My goal was to try to finish it. That didn't happen, but I'm so close. If you can see, I have so little left. I used it in many looks. I did a lot of green. I used it 7 times in this past month, so I really was trying to work on it. Didn't use it today because I realized it's not gonna be finished. I'm not gonna try to waste it. Also, I didn't pack any other, the only eyeshadows I brought with me to here is the ones I'm working on basically, so I didn't have anything to roll in. I was like, actually, I don't want to finish it because I have nothing to show that I'm rolling in. So there's also that, but this will definitely be done next month, okay? I will not let myself not use it up. So close. But yeah, that is the update for this guy. Next, I will show you the progress between last month and this month of my little Wet n Wild Petalette palette. Now it does look a lot different. I will show you a picture of what it looked like when I repressed it because I just needed to repress it. I was tired of it being around the edges. So yeah, it's definitely looking different from when it was repressed. You can see the progress. Okay, if you, maybe, I think I'm blinding you. Okay, maybe. But there is progress since I last repressed it. I repressed it pretty soon after the last update. I used this lavender shade. Oh my gosh, this is way too bright. I apologize. The lighting is, I'm trying to make things work, but you can't really see that well, but I used this 3 times. I basically tried to work at all the, like there's product around the edges here that didn't repress into the center, so I was kind of trying to work on that. It's very, very thin in the pan. I know it's hard for me to show because it's too reflective. But yeah, only 3 times. One of those times was today. It was in the inner part of my lid as well as my inner quarter and a little bit on my lower lash line. I actually used it quite a bit today. This matte shade up here, I used 6 times this month. So I was really working on it. Doesn't show a ton of progress because where I repressed it, I pressed it in kind of thick. It's just a lot in the center and then it's not super thin, so I made it a little bit thinner than it was. So I don't know if it shows a ton of progress except for like maybe some of the weird stuff on the edges. But yeah, I hope I can make it thinner and maybe show some more significant progress by next time. But 6 times, that's pretty good. Oh, I almost forgot. So I did finish an eyeshadow. If you recall, I had a Milani eyeshadow from one of their 6pan palettes. I can put a picture of what it looks like. But I repressed it into here. I had barely any left last month, so I finished that real fast. And then I repressed this. Is a shade from the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells palette, which I also want to get rid of. I did not keep the packaging because it broke a while ago, so I was like, you know what, I'm just putting it into here. So this is all I have left. I don't know, it's almost a little bit too dark as a highlight, but I can kind of make it work. But yeah, I will roll this in. Usually I do roll-ins later, but this is the one I'm rolling in. Now my last shadow I will show pictures of before and after this month. So I made a little bit of progress, not a ton, but I did expand the pan a little bit. I only used it 3 times. One of those times was today, so I'm fine with that. I feel like this pan's growing pretty quickly. I repressed it before I put it into this project, and by doing so, the formula just got so much softer. I actually kind of prefer it, not only because it makes it easier to work through, but also it just is easier to work with on the eyes. I will miss this shade. They don't make these trios anymore, so even if I wanted to get it, I couldn't, and I don't know if number 7 is cruelty-free. I don't know. Now let's move on to my goals for next month. Dare I say I want to finish this first Franken shadow. I don't want to like officially say it because I don't know if I can do it, but I feel like I went through it so quickly. If I just use it a couple more times in this month, then I could totally get through that. As you can see, it's just all around the edges, and it's not super thick, so maybe it's kind of a casual goal. Not gonna confirm anything, but got some dogs walking up the stairs. Yeah. For this gold, I'm thinking I want to clear out this little part of the V, you know, like just make it so this part's gone. Maybe start working on this other side. I don't know. I just want to get rid of one of them so that it's like only one prong of the upside down V. That makes no sense. Well, it's fine. These two I just kind of want to work consistently on. I don't want to make specific goals for them. Not really feeling them this month. I want to work on the warm ones just to give myself a break from all these purples. Even though I love purples, sometimes I need a break. Definitely want to finish this green. It will be done. It will be done. If it's not, slap me through the screen. I don't know. This purple, I don't want to make the same goal as last time because I don't think I can reach it now that I know how thick it is. I just want to make visual progress. Like for this lavender, oh my gosh, you cannot see. Oh, I found a way. I think I want to make it so that it's more flat down here, like take off this bottom part and just kind of make it so it's towards the center, just because it's pretty thin there, and I feel like clearing out that space would be nice. And maybe this side part right here, I don't know, just kind of make it so that it's more square in the center, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's not like it's not a normal pan to try to make goals on. Same with this top one. This one I just want to make it thinner because it's kind of thick on top, but maybe try to make this a little bit more flat instead of kind of bumpy. I don't know. Basically just smooth out the edges and try to make it thinner. That one's like not a specific goal either. This one, I feel like I really need to use this a lot because I mean, it's an easy shade. I should. I'm gonna try to hit pan on this. Any sides will do. This one I don't want to make a goal on just because I would say side pan, but I just feel like it's easier because I think it's just gonna grow, and then I don't want to focus on a certain spot. I just want to make the pan grow. So yeah, we got hit pan, kind of smooth out the weird shape of this, grow the pan, you know, we got vague ones, make sure I use these, make sure I use this, finish that, make this a less weird shape, and maybe finish this. So a lot of weird, like, vague, hazy goals, just gonna be how it is, I guess. So that is all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you were doing any kind of eyeshadow panning thing. I would love to check it out. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!